Good afternoon, class. My name is Brandon Guyton, and I'm gonna be sharing my team leadership plan with for Prince Foods with you all. So first and foremost, you need a mission statement before you do anything, and you're in the process of a transformation. You need a mission, something that your team can follow. So at Prince Foods, our customers are our number one priority. Our purpose is to serve customers with the highest quality food services. In order for us to ensure this, Prince Food will be guided by hard work, innovation, compassion, spirit, integrity of our people, and deep commitment. When you look at the timeline, I personally think of a 6 month timeline to see progress being made amongst the organization. Um, and then I will review it, every 3 months after the 6 months, at least for a year. The Myers Briggs personality test was a great component to help me identify which team leaders' personality should be fit for what role. Uh, Leadership development, team building, roles and responsibility, and personal development. So those four are very crucial to helping identifying team members and what role they will play in this transformation. So here's a list of the MBTI types. I felt that um, there were a lot of different personalities. There was only a few that were the same that I thought. Um, that's the unique part about it, that we have multiple different personalities to choose from. The four framework approach model that I personally think is the best is the structural leader, human resource leader, political leader, and symbolic leader. Research shows that this four framework approach model is usually the best when an organizational is going through a transformation. So the structural leader primary focus is to structure. The focus on structure, strategy, environment, and implementation. This style of leadership is very effective when you communicating and making decisions. When I think about this leader, I think of Patricia Smith, someone who's been with the company for 25 years. She's very well organized, qualified for her job. So I think someone like Patricia would fit. A structural leader, a human resource leader, which is someone who can uplift others and motivate and inspire. This human resource leader should be supportive of others, also move decision making down into organizations. Bobby Chu, who the company already has an HR manager. Bobby Chu is someone who's new to the company, feels pressure because Bobby Chu assumed that this position would be easy. But I think with the proper help, someone like Bobby Chu would be great during this transformation because, the personality fit was sort of made for this, someone who's a little more uplifting and positive. Based off what we was told, it just seemed like Bobby wasn't comfortable in the role that was given. Next is the political leader, which is the most powerful of all four approaches. This leadership style comes at others and direct and clarifies the expectations throughout the organization. It's pretty much a no-brainer. That'd be John Anderson. Um, been with the company with uh, Prince Foods for 6 months. Bobby is very direct and demanding. I think I meant John was very direct and demanding. And once John can get everyone on the same page and to buy in to his end goal with the company, I believe, John is the perfect fit for that leadership style. And then a symbolic leader, someone that's full of humor, someone who can inspire others, someone with some experience who understands the vision of the company. Think about Brian Roberts, who's described as a team player, who's been with Prince Food for 4 years, knows his work. He's taken on two different roles as an operational and logistics manager. So that right there says, he's a team player. So meantime, we find the operations manager. Brian is willing to take on that role. The five factors of dysfunction. This story is similar to the five dysfunctions of a team. Just how the decision tech, was one of the top amongst its competitors. It seen a decrease. It was looking for a change. Catherine came in. Team members didn't really buy in. Team members were similar to Dan, how team members were only solely focused on, what their job was, what their role was, and, nothing else. So in my paper, I will, give a real and detailed breakdown of how the five factors of dysfunction, how you want to, keep those away from our transformation, and then the plan of execution. You want to have a team meeting is first. You want to share your team vision, what it is that our end goal is, what are the results we want to see, what is our time frame. We want to be direct with that. And then, like the five dysfunctions of a team, you want to address the elephant in the room. So you want to address all of our team members. Let's address John, that other team members have concerns. Allow them, let's air it out. Let's allow them to share their input, and let's have them share their opinions about some of their concerns that they've had with John. If he's going to be the political leader, just as he's giving instructions, he has to be willing to listen to the other concerns. We want to address the cook. We want to see a decrease in injuries, and at that 6 months, that when we measure the progress of the company, looking at the decrease in injuries is one of the main priorities that we're looking for. Then you want to address Dan about being a team player. Dan does good work, been with the company for 10 years, but he's only concerned about his role and his title as engineering manager, really not concerned about what's best for the organization. So we want to make sure we address Dan. I want to ensure that Marcus and Laura are committed to our process. We don't want a lack of commitment, which is one of the five dysfunction. Both new to the company, both trying to get an understanding. Both they're second guessing if they should have taking these positions, similar personalities. So I want to make sure that they want to buy into this process. I want to make sure Bobby Chu have the proper assistance, with improving HR retention to help relieve the pressure. We want to assign roles. I think Patricia Smith should be someone that's right under John. I believe Patricia Smith should have a voice. I believe she should also be one who's one of the strong vocal leaders, as she would be the structural leader, and John would be the political leader as we try to make this change. We also want to help Marcus understand what his job title is and what is expected. Really, he's new to the job. He's been on for 4 months. Pretty laid back. He just don't seem like he's a part because of the dysfunction that he sees amongst John and the other team members. And then, we want to make sure we fill our operations manager position. We want to make sure all positions are filled and are well taken care of. I do personally think that, some of the possible risks are you may have team members who may not be committed. Similar to the decision tech team, you may have some members who aren't committed to buy into your vision. Some members may not want to take on new roles. You tend to have that when you're in the process of a transformation, just as we've been reading throughout the class. Same situation with Mikey in the five dysfunctions of a team when Catherine had to remove her. So, I think that's the first step, after, you share your vision, and I think airing that out and, addressing your issues, and then you can assign roles, who's best fit to do what. And then, you want to give that time frame, 6 months where you evaluating the progress throughout the organization. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Prince Food will be back at the top. So I look forward to seeing the discussions that you have.